Hello everyone, this is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen.
This is A-Game, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then bring your A-Game. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
Hey there, Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am, of course, your host, the Crimson Cure. And as usual, we're just going to jump right into it. So is he husband material? This is going to be just a little weigh-in on the everlasting Pookie Ray Ray educated argument. And oftentimes it's put forward that the Pookie and Ray Ray first is always a criminal. He's always a negative element. He's always this horrible person. And the man who doesn't fit that narrative is a saint. He's an angel. He's he's just the perfect man. Aside from those myths, ladies, if you are a young lady or even an older lady who is looking for marriage, who's looking for an actual relationship, just because a man fits in a certain type of category one way or the other doesn't mean that he's automatic husband material. Okay. What we have to understand is that a man that is a husband, or the type of men that we need, are men that are going to have these 10 things in order in his life. Now, you often hear me refer to something called SOS, which is system, order, and structure. But that actually derives from a man having these 10 things in order in his life. The first 5 are the internal values, okay? So he's got his spiritual value, his health, his family, his appearance, and his dwelling on point. And then his external 5 is his mobility, his education, his profession, his leisure, and his wealth. So when we are looking for husbands, we aren't necessarily confined to a certain set of stereotypes, whether you want to say it's the educated one or the Ray Ray one, Pookie one, or whatever, the street dude versus the non-street dude, or whatever that is. Just because a man fits a certain profile doesn't necessarily make him husband material. So if we want to say, well, I don't want to deal with a guy that has a criminal past or a criminal record, that's fine. That's wonderful. I've never dealt with a man that had any of that, like was some type of criminal or whatever. But just because he has gainful employment and he doesn't have a record, or he works at a corporate job, doesn't necessarily mean he's got those 10 things in line and is able to give you system, order, and structure. And I keep harping on that because the SOS is really what keeps a relationship together. That's the foundation of what any lasting marriage is going to be built on. And not only is it something that a man should have on his own, regardless of whether he gets married or not, he should have a system, order, and structure in his life, period. But that's also what we submit to, ladies. We submit to a man's system, order, and structure. This is why you go to work and do what you're told, because there's an existing SOS there, and you agreed to abide by the rules and regulations of that structure by accepting work there, accepting a job there. So similarly, when we accept a man's invitation to be in his life, then we are also submitting to whatever system, order, and structure that he has. But he has to have one, because here's the honest truth. If a man does not have an SOS to give you, he doesn't have anything to give you. I'm going to repeat that. If a man doesn't have system, order, and structure to give you, he doesn't have anything to give you. There's really nothing that he has that you can't pick up off the corner store or around up the street and around the corner from some other guy. Because without SOS, he might have money or he might have sex or both, but that does not make SOS. That does not create system, order, and structure. A man has to have that. And he first has to have it for himself, not just for you, but for himself. And when we see a man that actually has that system, order, and structure, this is what actually is attractive. And I think that sometimes some guys get that mixed up. What's attractive to a lioness is a man that's got his stuff together, and not just financially, not just professionally, but in his personal life, we get to see how he operates. We get to see how he gets things done, and we get to witness his leadership. We get to witness him put his system, order, and structure in other places, and those places thrive because of his leadership. That is what we're looking for. That is what is attractive to us. Now, what's attractive to a thought monkey? I don't know, because I'm not a thought monkey. You might have to ask them. But what's attractive to a lioness? I know all about that. And we are attracted to a man's system, order, and structure because it says that he's masculine to us. It says that he's got things under control. It says that he's got a plan. If something should go off the rails, he either has a plan or can devise a plan that'll get it back together. And he'll be able to give us, ladies, some structure for our chaos, right? He's able to give us some structure to live by. He helps us get a standard, and with a standard way of living, because we actually will adopt his system, order, and structure under his leadership. We actually will adopt that. And when we adopt that, that's submission. That's the submission. When we adopt that, when we support that, when we, take that on for ourselves, and we become invested in his SOS. We become invested in how he has handled the 10 life values, how he has handled the internal 5 and the external 5. Okay. These are the things that are attractive to us. It's not the jawline. It's not how much money. It's not how big your Johnson is. It's not all of these other things, which is superficial. That I would imagine attracts a thought monkey. But even the hyena or the thought monkey, she's looking for SOS as well. Little does she may not even realize that she's looking for it, but she's also looking for it. But a lioness is definitely looking for it in a relationship. And when we find that man and he doesn't have that, then we have a tendency to stray away. And I know that the ladies will agree. We have a tendency to become disinterested in pursuing a relationship, because a man without an SOS, like I said, if he doesn't have an SOS to give you, he doesn't have anything to give you, because a man without that system, order, and structure doesn't have a place to put you in his life. He's actually acquired you for the wrong reasons, and maybe even for reasons that you're not equipped for. He doesn't actually know what he needs you to do in his life that benefits him. He doesn't know, because he isn't living by any particular structure or any type of code that or principles that he's actually living. And those codes and principles are actually based in the spiritual value, which would be number 1 in the 10 life values. That's where the principles come from. That's where the code comes from, because it helps lay the foundation for all of the rest of those values. So if a man doesn't have that solidified, he isn't able to give himself the structure, so he can't give you the structure. So if you're looking for a husband, that needs to be part of your vetting process, ladies. Does he have a structure? Ask him what he wants you to do in his life. Why is he pursuing you in this manner? What does he need you to do? What's the plan? What's the goal? What's the, what does he need? What does he need out of a woman? What does he need her to do? And it needs to be more than something that sexually satisfies him, because he can get that. He can run into that on accident with his eyes closed. But what he can't run into is a woman with high marriage market value. That he'll have to find. That he'll have to search for. And if you're a woman with high marriage market value, you're going to ask the important questions. And one of those questions is, what are you actually looking for in a woman, and how can a woman benefit you in your life? And then you assess it to see if you can be that woman. If you can't be that woman, there's no use even continuing that. Because you either need to be that woman, or you need to be able to become that woman reasonably. All right. So that's all that I've got for you today. And I need you guys to sound off in the comments, ladies. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Just because a man fits a certain narrative doesn't mean he's automatically husband material. Okay. Or do you think differently? Is he automatically husband material if he isn't a Pookie or Ray Ray type, or isn't a thug type of guy? All right. So that's all I've got for you. I am going to wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another CrimsonCure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.